Hey guys, welcome back to SLT Learning, and this is Ankit Prajapati, and from today we're gonna start the new playlist on the new topic Cypress. Okay, this is one of the requests that we got from the many of the candidate, like can you just make some interview questions, like most frequently asked questions for Cypress, and we collect some questions from them at itself, like if they are appearing for the real interviews, and then we collect from them, and we try to make it something for you to just be on a one screen, so you can just see the syntax, you can see the little bit of description about that things and all those information, and you can answer in your interview. Okay, so far I will first like to thank you guys before starting the interview questions that we're going to cover today. Like I can see, like most of you are watching the interview questions, and I got lots of messages on WhatsApp as well that you guys are appreciating that things and it is helping you to get a job, and that is one of the aim for our side, that I want you to get a job, like by going through the videos, just prepare yourself. Okay, and most of my stuff is on the QA automation manual side, but I will gonna deep dive on a cloud things as well, like DevOps and all those things shortly. But I will cover each and every topic. I will make sure like almost each topic you will have 50 or 16 interview questions ready for you. So whenever you try to apply, just go through it, spend 1 or 2 hours, and it's more than enough for you to crack any interview. Okay, so let's start with the Cypress. Okay, and let's see what the first interview questions that we're gonna cover. And for these times, what we have planned, like we have planned each and every interview questions like step by step. So let's see what we're gonna cover today. So the first question on Cypress automation interview series will be, what is Cypress? This is very basic. I know you might be thinking, okay, why it should be, but Cypress nowadays is very trending. Okay, but most of the people who are jumping to the Cypress side, okay, they might be have the Selenium experience in their past, or Playwright, or other automation tool experience. So that's why it will become crucial for you to understand what is Cypress and why Cypress is in the market. Okay, why? Because we already have the Selenium, we already have Playwright, right? Then why people start using the Cypress? So that is the key difference you should understand. And mostly they will ask this question to, if you are a experienced person, you have multiple technology on your resume, which just says in my one of the company I work on Selenium, then I work on Playwright, then in my recent experience I have the Cypress automation experience. Then they will ask you, okay, can you give some comparison? They want to see your knowledge on that part. Okay, so we're gonna do this basic question first, and let's see what you should answer if they will ask you this question. Okay, what is Cypress from your side, and what is the difference with the Selenium and WebDriver and Playwright? So first of all, you should say the Cypress is the modern JavaScript-based end-to-end testing framework. Okay, and that is designed specifically for the web-based application. When we just say JavaScript-based, means if you know the Selenium, right? Selenium, most of the things are based on Java. Okay, like the SiliSense, the core functionality of Selenium would be based on Java, but over here Cypress is based on JavaScript. Means whatever the inbuilt command and inbuilt function has been created is based on the JavaScript. Okay, and it is often called a next generation front-end testing tool because of three things. Okay, because nowadays you see the technology has been increased, and most of the application you see, the web-based application, are built in JavaScript, TypeScript, or Angular JS, and those kind of technology they have used so far. Okay, so that's what, those are the next generation technology that most of the web-based application now are built. If you have the old technology application, if some company is using the Java or the .NET or something like that, where they are also switching to the latest technology. Okay, to just adapt some of the functionality easy to use for the end user, like creating their application more dynamic and more user friendly. For that reason as well, they start using those kind of the latest technology in their application. So first things, it's provide end-to-end testing. Okay, it's integration testing, means you can start from one module to the another modules. You can also show the business scenario in one go as well. The integration, you can make sure the multiple components are working together as well. Then unit testing, the developer can also use Cypress for their unit testing for the different component that we have, React, Angular, and Vue. So those are the things they can use, and developer can also make the unit testing using the Cypress. That's why Cypress is very useful for developer, for QA the automation engineer as well. Okay, and the one of the crucial things that you need to always keep in your mind, okay, when you talk about Cypress, that Cypress directly run inside the browser. If you remember the architecture of the Selenium, in one of my video I have covered, right, it has some drivers like the Chrome drivers, then Firefox drivers, and those are the drivers help us to pass the command to the actual browser. But over here in Cypress, it directly run inside the browser. Okay, so now as we all know, right, if something communicating directly, or if we have someone in a middleware, then direct effect will be always faster. So that is one of the crucial point you can keep in your mind. Cypress run directly into the browser, and that is the one reason it is faster than other automation tools and technology. Okay, that is the one thing I will show you. I have the diagram, the comparison as well, but this is we can understand from this line. Okay, then giving it native access to the DOM and network, that is one of the crucial things in Cypress. Okay, it directly work on the DOM, and it work on the network requests as well. So that's the difference from Selenium, that as I told you, right, and which operate externally and communicate with the browser via drivers. Because in Selenium WebDriver.io we have the browser drivers, like specific browser we need to use specific drivers. Okay, and that help us to do the communication with the to perform our actual action. But in Cypress it's directly run inside. Why I am speaking couple of things multiple times, because if you listening, okay, then it will help you. If you remember like that way, you can easily remember those things in your interview and you can answer like that. Okay, so the next things, let's see the comparison. Okay, so the features: Cypress, Selenium, WebDriver, and Playwright. So our main focus will be on Cypress. Okay, over here you can, when you see, this is just part of learning. Okay, whenever you are learning about the comparison of any tools and technology, right, there you can also add up the question about what is the advantage of using that tools or technology, or what is the disadvantage, because those things you can see in the comparison as well. Okay, so the feature will be the language support. If you go with the language support, right, now let's suppose in your organization you don't have anybody who know the JavaScript or TypeScript very well, right, and you have the most of the developer or know the .NET or the Java programming language, right. So at that time you know, right, why the language support is very much important. Let's suppose in my company I want to adopt the Cypress automation framework, but none of my automation engineer know this JavaScript. So I cannot do that straight away, because I have to choose the technology which is compatible with our current skill set. Otherwise I have to upgrade them. I want to make them learn JavaScript, and we can move to the side. That's the reason language support of any tools and technology is very much important. Okay, when you choose any tools or automation or anything, right, you have to first identify your current core skill set. Okay, so in Cypress we support JavaScript, TypeScript. Selenium we have many. Selenium almost support everything. Okay, it support Java, C#, PHP as well, JavaScript as well, then you can Python as well, right. So many things it support. WebDriver, it's again related with the JavaScript and TypeScript. Playwright, again one of the things that similar to the Selenium, we support almost each and every languages like JavaScript, Python, Java, and .NET as well. Okay, the browser coverage. Okay, so Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. So over here if you see the limitation, right, it cannot work with the Safari. This is the limitation over here. Okay, so Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. Selenium, almost all browsers. Then WebDriver, almost all browsers. Then Playwright, Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. These are the three things. This is mainly used for the iOS operating system. Okay, then mobile testing, no Cypress. This is again the limitation, guys. See, no support. Okay, only emulation. You can only do the emulation, you cannot do the mobile testing. Selenium, yes, we can do. We can use the APM, like a Selenium we can use the APM libraries, and we can do the mobile testing. WebDriver, yes, we can do via APM. And Playwright, yes, we can do the mobile testing and emulations. Speed, as I told you, right, Cypress is fast because it directly interacts with the browser. Selenium is little bit slow, WebDriver is medium, and Playwright is very much faster. For Playwright we have covered around 8 videos, and each videos contain 10 frequently asked questions, guys. So you can visit our channel and you can just go through that part if you are applying for Playwright. Nowadays most of the companies are hiring the Cypress automation engineer or Playwright automation engineer, but when you are preparing for the automation role, I would suggest always go with the API testing as well. For API testing, we have also covered lots of interview questions. Just be prepared with the API testing, because API testing will be always common for automation engineer. Okay. Now, the mode of debugging, the best in a Cypress, like you can use the time travel, that is one of the logger you can use in a Cypress, and the UI side also you can debug the logs. In Selenium it bit harder if you need to like put the debug point in your IDE, whatever the coding editor you are using, and you need to go one line by line. You can obviously you can use the log4j for logging purpose and all those things, but it little bit hard in Selenium. Okay, compared to these other tools. Okay, WebDriver.io, like it's good, it's have dev tools, you can reporters you can use for the WebDriver.io. For Playwright, right, it's very excellent, because in Playwright it's easily it generates the tracing logs and the videos whenever it get failed or something like that way, so it will be easy for debug for the automation engineer. Okay, and the ecosystem of the automation tools ecosystem, that means where exactly it gonna focus. Okay, so front end focused, enterprise wise, then full stack, JavaScript and modern application plus cross browser. So these are the key focus of the automation tools. So if you want to go with the front end like UI based testing, you can choose the Cypress, and Selenium would be the, I will just say everything combined in Selenium. Okay, you can do the API testing with REST ratio, APM with mobile testing and all those things. WebDriver.io, the full stack JavaScript, and the Playwright would be modern based application and the cross browser things. Okay, so these are the couple of things you should remember when they ask you to comparison. They might be asking the comparison with Cypress and Selenium. They might be not ask you with the WebDriver or Playwright, or Cypress with Playwright. So you should know these things before in your interviews. Okay, now I have added some additional information over here. So choose Cypress. What are the things you need to consider when you should choose the Cypress, when you need to choose the Selenium WebDriver, and choose the Playwright. So these are the three things additionally we're going to add in for your knowledge purpose. So choose the Cypress if you are testing modern web-based application with TypeScript or JavaScript. Okay, and which require the great debugging. You should require the good command on debugging. Whenever something goes wrong, you can easily do the debugging and all those things, and you don't care about the Safari, IE or mobile based testing, because it's a limitation. You cannot see the Safari or Internet Explorer over here. Okay, so if you have that kind of requirement in your automation project, you can choose the Cypress. Okay, then choose Selenium and WebDriver.io if you are need an enterprise level or cross browser testing. Okay, cross browser and the mobile based testing, you need the multiple level support. It's again I told you, right, when the language support will come, you need to understand your current skill set, and based on that you can choose your automation technology. Choose the Playwright if you want to want to test the modern, fast, cross browser, mobile friendly test for the multi-language support. At that time you can use the Playwright. Again I will just say, keep some of the example of similar website in your mind, relate somewhere. If you are applying for Cypress, relate it somewhere with your Cypress, your current project. Okay, so maybe they ask you why, what is the advanced technology that you have used in your application, and why you have to use Cypress to automate your application, your project application. You should know couple of things about your project. What is the front end technology that you have used, what is the back end, and all those things. Okay, that will definitely help you to answer and gain some confidence to answer in the interviews. Okay guys, so I will keep creating such videos, okay, for you guys. If you like this video, please take a screenshot or just go through before your interviews. It is more than enough for you to answer in interviews such questions. I will come up with such more questions one by one. I am creating the one interview question for one video, and I will try to make it upload because I also train the people on the technology on the actual projects. So I will keep the videos uploading as soon as I will get a time. And thank you for watching again, and if you like these videos, please subscribe to our channel and forward this video to your colleagues or who is preparing for the interviews for QA automation specifically. Okay, again thank you for watching and happy learning.